How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 7, the second to last episode in my Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories Reverse/Rebirth playthrough. We are almost done, guys. Almost done. We got Twilight Town and Castle Oblivion, then that is it. Then we can move on. We can move on. So for Riku, unlike some things with Sora, Riku has never been to Twilight Town before, so all this is new with him. But he doesn't really grasp with the situation that he doesn't know Twilight Town. But he has his own little story with this.
Oh, Your Majesty.
And even though we found Mickey in the last episode, he is not with us in Twilight Town. For a card, though, yes, but for just Twilight Town in general, nope.
What's this? Are you giving up? Finally ready to surrender to your fate?
You're not the true Ansem.
Dun dun dun.
Your scent is different. The Ansem in my heart smells darker. The odor is more foul. But your scent just isn't that. It's not darkness. It's something else.
Oh, something I forgot to mention. For Twilight Town, Riku actually gets 2 gold cards, so we'll get the Key of Beginnings and the Key of Guidance. But the Key of Beginnings is still your boss. But after that, the Key of Guidance, it just triggers a cutscene, then you can just exit the world.
That is correct.
And it turns out that mysterious voice that was talking to Riku at the beginning of the game was actually this guy named Diz. But he was disguising himself as Ansem to try and get Riku to take this journey of redemption.
Really? Who are you? And what do you want from me?
For you to choose.
Choose?
You are a special entity. You exist between light and dark. You stand in the twilight. You are to meet Namine, then choose.
Namine? Who's that?
You will know soon.
So pretty much our objective for this story is we gotta find Namine. Now the cards that you get for Twilight Town are not bad, but then again, something different with Sora is that the Heartless here have a lot of health, and they do have a lot of high number cards, and they took a lot out of me while I was trying to get to these gold rooms. But it's more challenging for Riku because these guys have more help. But with Sora, you had much more of utility at your disposal. But I still struggled a lot with trying to take her. I can't remember if any more come up out of these guys until after I defeat the Shadows. I'm not sure. But yeah, these guys, I mean, granted, we're literally right at almost at the end game, so these guys have a lot of health and a lot more of strength. It's a good thing I stocked up on blue cards. And make sure you save before this room, because this... You could probably guess by the title who we're about to fight.
Hold it.
Round 6.
You've changed. Your own darkness. It doesn't frighten you anymore. How can you tell? Because I'm you. No, I'm me. I'm me, he says. Must be nice being real. A fake like me.
I mean, I don't mind the Riku replica at all, besides how many times we kick his butt. But I feel like in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's a lot better with him.
This newfound power. thought by finding some new strength, I could finally be someone who's not at all you. But nothing changes. I'm still just empty. Everything about me is borrowed. As long as you're around, I'll never be more than a shadow.
This is probably the hardest fight with him, mostly because you're a little bit more limited with your cards, and he's a lot quicker. But anytime with Sora, as long as you have Lethal Frame and Sora, you're fine. But with Riku, this was pretty interesting. And he stunned you too, so you really got to be careful. Oh, I didn't realize I broke that. Then again, I just played the game. And that is the end of Riku Replica. He's done. He is done. We will never be fighting him again. Well, we'll see him in Kingdom Hearts 3. I was contemplating about what to do for my level up.
So, it's over. Death doesn't frighten me. Good riddance to a phony life. My heart was never real. I'm sure even what I'm feeling now is probably all fake. What are you feeling? What happens when a fake dies? One like me. Where will my heart go? Does it disappear? It'll go somewhere. Maybe to the same place as mine. A faithful replica until the very end. That's okay.
Still a good scene, though. See, I'm not annoyed with his character. It's just the fact that we fight him 6 times. 2 for Riku, 4 for Sora. It's just like they could have dialed it down to make it a little bit more better. But then again, it's just like I have no problem with him story-wise. I don't. But I think they could have worked out a little bit where we don't fight him as much, but it would have been a little bit more impactful if we didn't fight him so much. Like with Riku, Riku's is like the perfect amount. We meet him when he's weak, and then we fight him when he's super duper strong. I mean, Sora's got some good cutscenes with him, but still, it could be worked on.
Are you Namine?
Yes.
I see. That was you.
Huh?
Forget it. Nothing.
Please, come this way.
Sora! What have you done to Sora?
Nothing. He's just asleep. To get his memory back.
Plot of Chain of Memories here.
So, Sora chose to forget about this castle and get his old memories back?
You have a choice to make too.
Why me too? No one's messed with my memories.
It's not your memories. It's your darkness.
So Namine is giving Riku the choice of he can go to sleep like Sora, but he's not going to remember any of the adventures of when he left the island. He's going to just go back to the way he was before all this stuff started. So Riku is essentially being able to start back from square one with a tight lock on his heart so Ansem can never come out.
With my powers,
He can either do that, or
that way,
he can face Ansem.
Ansem could never come out from inside you.
What happens to me if I let you do that? Will I forget? Everything? Like Sora? I'll have to.
The darkness in you will be.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know where this is going. I mean, it would have been interesting to see, you know, have Sora wake up and then have them reunite with Riku, then have Riku have no idea what's going on. But then again, I think for Riku's character, obviously this is the best choice for him to go, because Riku is someone who likes to get things done. He likes a challenge, and he's not afraid to face that challenge. And by being able to fight Ansem, like, that's what people are hoping that he would do. And I like how they did that. But I mean, I wouldn't lie. It'd be interesting to see what they would do. But I think that would just add a lot more confusion, because besides you playing the game, Riku is technically the only one that knows what exactly happened to Sora while he was in this castle. So if Riku doesn't know, and Naminé doesn't get brought back until 3,
That's it.
they would never know what was going on. Especially if someone who didn't play Chain of Memories and went straight to Kingdom Hearts 2, then it would just add to the confusion.
But I can't chew him out like he deserves if I've been asleep. I don't need my heart locked. I'm ready. I'm gonna fight Ansem.
But what if his darkness overtakes you?
If that happens, then the darkness will show me the way.
Yes, that's true.
Why do I get the feeling that you knew I would say that?
I didn't know. I hoped. I wanted you to face the darkness.
And I think that Riku is just one of those characters where, you know, he has to kind of go on his own and do these adventures to discover more about himself.
Rescue inside that light.
And that's something that I actually do like with what they do with his character, is that when you're first introduced to him in Kingdom Hearts 1, he's a character that likes to be on his own. He doesn't really need the assistance of friends. But because of his redemption story in Chain of Memories,
After Sora.
you know, he wants that companionship, but then again, he also wants to be alone because he has to figure things out on his own. Which I think is an interesting concept. But for where we are right now in the series, he truly understands, like, the value of friendship and that it's really important because of everything that happened in Kingdom Hearts 3. But even then, when we get to, after we beat Kingdom Hearts 2, like, that's when Riku really starts to develop, like, he's becoming more like Sora by accepting friends and not wanting to go at things alone. He's one of those characters that I think matured the best out of everybody. He's had, even though Riku is not technically the main character, he has still had a great arc throughout this entire series. And I love Sora. I love Sora as a character, and you guys will know that, and you guys know that too. But if we're talking in terms of written characters, oh, Riku has had, like, the best writing.
I heard it from Diz.
But Sora's still my favorite character, period, because of who he is and what his personality is and how he acts and whatnot. But if I had to pick just in terms of writing, oh, Riku's had the best character arc throughout this entire series.
Got a feeling that I've met him somewhere.
Hey, who are you?
So now we're kind of getting a little bit more into what is going to happen between this game and Kingdom Hearts 2. Diz is going to give Riku and Mickey one of the organization cloaks that they wear to protect them from the darkness. And once they're done with their time in Castle Oblivion, they are going to go find out more information about the organization and make sure Sora is protected while he sleeps. And I will say, though, if you guys are curious about what is really kind of going on after the events of Chain of Memories, I recommend, if you have a Nintendo DS and you have an original copy of Kingdom Hearts 358 Days or 2, I recommend picking it up. It's a great play, especially during times like this. It could be fun just to hang around and play itself. Or if you have the HD compilations, just watch the cutscenes, because it's pretty great story nonetheless, but then you get to kind of see what goes on to the real leading up to 3. To 2. Because back in the day, it was just Chain of Memories that led into 2. But now, with all these other games, now 358 Days is the big lead up into Kingdom Hearts 2. But I've got 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call it right here. And I will see you all in the finale of Reverse/Rebirth. because that's coming up next.
To give themselves
See you then, guys.
from being devoured by darkness. Is it clear? Even the organization cannot rule the darkness.
Doesn't matter. I won't run from the darkness.
The card will draw out your heart's darkness. Finish your business with Ansem.
Come on. Let's go. He said this card will draw Ansem out.
Don't worry. We can defeat him together.
Sorry. I've got to face him alone.
But why?
There's no point in doing this if I can't do it on my own. But I do need a favor. If Ansem is the victor, he's going to enslave me. If that happens, use your powers to destroy...
Of course. I'll be right there to save you.
Huh? No, that's not it. I want you to destroy...
No way. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be right there to help you. I promise you that. Unless you don't believe I'll come through for you.
I choose to believe in you. Always, Your Majesty.
And I in you. You're not gonna lose. I know it.
Thanks.